Hello everyone, welcome to our presentation. Today we're going to talk about the critical thinking of the case study, Sketchman Green Roofing. I'm going to talk about the first part, which includes the overview of the case study. Other people will show the body, which includes the analysis of the case study. Finally, I'll do the conclusion. Let's go on. The case study of the Sketchman Green Roofing is a fictional scenario of a not-for-profit organization that was founded by two intouchments, Swasma Christopher and Andrew Bailey in April 2010. This NFB organization is working on providing an environmentally friendly green roof at an affordable price for traditional customers in both Sketchton and the regional in Sketchman. The organization's mission of becoming a leader in promotion of the sustainability by offering ecologically friendly traditional green roofs by have a voice in community that was perceived by focusing on three main issues. The founders previously owned a successful green roofing company that catered to commercial customers that was later sold afterwards. They decided to start this NFP in Sketchman, focusing on providing affordable service to homeowners that would benefit both in environment and the province. This case also focus on newly established not-for-profit organization Sketchman Green Roofing, while the mission statement has been clearly defined by the founders of the organization, as well as finding it difficult to formulate an effective strategy to achieve their vision. This is due to the lack of experience and experts that employees having in running an FP organization and providing green roofing for homeowners. This causes the board members for here consult in strategy and performance measurement. Through the steps taken by Price, we are able to understand how the appreciate strategy can help the organization to achieve their vision. There are three strategies and the stage of that. There are strategy development, implementation, and analysis. In the first stage of the strategy development, Price studies past results of the organization and other relevant external information in order to formulate a strategy. This consists two critical rules. First rule is to provide affordable, high-quality residential green roofings in Sketchman. The second role is that influence various stakeholder groups by communicate the numerous environmental benefits provided by green roofing. Through use the strategy as base of the organization introduced the strategy map focused on three main themes: environment, community support, and operational excellence that would help the organization to achieve its goal. This would accelerate how the strategy could be implemented with use strategy initiatives under these themes.
The article essentially suggests that the authors are pursuing a three-pronged focus on customers, the environment, and the donors in order to achieve their vision of being a leader in promoting sustainability and providing eco-friendly residential green roofs and having a voice in community. The authors decided to form a non-profit organization that would focus on residential green roofs because it would be more accessible to homeowners, also known as customers. The authors' preliminary research indicated that such an NFP with this mission would be well received by a significant portion of the community, So SGR was founded in April 2010 and began operations. But by 2011, SGR was struggling with how to develop and implement a strategy that would help achieve its vision. While the staff and the advisory board formed in early 2010 were knowledgeable and energetic individuals, they lacked experience and expertise in this emerging market. This was the main issue. The authors recommend that the 2013 strategy be based on a model of social change in which SGR staff and board of directors will play two key roles. The first one is to provide affordable, high-quality residential green roofs in Saskatchewan, and the second one is to influence various stakeholders groups by communicating the many environmental benefits that green roofs bring. By taking this approach, the authors believe that SGR can achieve two elements of its vision, which is promoting sustainability and providing green roofs. I believe that addressing the above challenges require adopting some or all of the drivers of the race philosophy, which helps you reflect on and assess your own capabilities and guides your organization in assessing its level of resilience, adaptability, and ability to innovate in response to change. The philosophy provides an integrated approach to strategic decision-making that puts long-term sustainability at the forefront. While SGR's primary key mission is stakeholder-centric, it must also generate stable revenue from roofing customers to remain financially viable. The stakeholder perspective recognizes the provision of residential green roofs and the creation of initiatives to build awareness in the community of the importance of environmental issues and how green roofs can be part of the solution. Addressing this issue will have some good implications for strategic accounting and accountants. The first is that it helps companies to accurately cost and price their products. It gives companies a clearer understanding of the environmental costs that may be incurred over the life cycle of their products, identifies opportunities to cut costs and improve performance. Secondly, it helps enterprise management to make correct decisions. With the assistance of accountants, management can efficiently curb short-term behavior and make optimal decisions by rational planning and significant management from the perspective of both corporate and social interests in the long-term interests of the enterprise.
The strategy map is a useful tool used in strategy planning process, which is a visual diagram which summarizes entities' goals and strategies and key aspects that matters in order to successfully execute its strategies. Building up a strategy map starts from clearly identification of the entity's mission, vision, and goals, as well as improvement objectives necessary for achievement of strategic goals. Major aspects in the strategy map include the customer aspect, financial aspect, internal process aspect, and the people or learning and growth aspect, with the former two aspects showing results of the entity's performance and the latter two aspects showing what the entity is doing. To present strategy map of SGR, the author begins with background and situation of the not-for-profit organization, leaving impression of what matters more in SGR's value system on readers. The vision of promoting sustainability by providing environmentally friendly green roofs and influencing stakeholder groups is clearly emphasized. After introducing basic vision and strategic goals of SGR, The article introduced the entity strategy map by giving both pictorial and textual descriptions that are in consistency with each other. Among major aspects of the strategy mapping tool, the stakeholder aspect is mentioned first and refers to the two critical roles of the entity, mentioned in the strategy review part of the article. Next aspect mentioned is the financial aspect, pointing out strategic goal of self-sufficiency as well as how the entity can generate financial resources. The third aspect, internal process aspect, identifies four indispensable efforts, including doing right programs as well as building up support systems. Firstly, the utilization of strategy map is customized to actual situation of SGR. It should be mentioned that because SGR does not chase for maximizing profit, the customer aspect may not be highly relevant, but stakeholders' view about the entity is important. Thus, the article replaces the analysis of customer perspective with stakeholders' perspective. Because SGR is a non-profit organization, some may think that financial ratios are no longer relevant. The author focused on explaining the importance of financial ratios for SGR and lists special key indicators for such an NFP. However, the fourth aspect of learning and growing is not clearly identified in textual description. Secondly, specific targets satisfied by the four aspects as stated. By doing so, the article identifies not only correct aspects of operations, but also their design achievements. Thus, performance review becomes easier. The strategy map helps entities improve strategy communication. It is intuitive with clear financial targets and quantitative goals and shows how the goals can be achieved. With the help of strategy map, departments can be aware of its scope of responsibility, and the employees will be able to figure out how they can contribute to the overall goal. That is to say, the map provides clear guidance on rules of conduct. Also, the process of developing a strategy map requires the management team to integrate and agree on the overall goals and more detailed targets of the entity, as well as how each target will be addressed. Thus, target setting and the performance evaluation process can be improved.
Early indications suggested that both the board and staff has accepted the strategy map's progressive approach. The majority supported the idea of conducting all meetings regarding how topics affected the strategy map. They believe that it will likely be a smart method to reduce off-topic discussions that eventually crept into meetings. The founders were satisfied with the early results and optimistic about Circus Chuan Green Roofing's future. Christopher states, "I also love that we run meetings using the map as our platform. Much time and aggravation have been saved by realizing that we are deviating from map-related issues and getting back on topic. This has created far more productive meetings and satisfaction amongst the members. We all feel energized and that we are doing the right things to take SGR to the next level. I wish we had taken this approach before." At the same time, the balanced scorecard and the strategy map can be performance measurement and management tools as a guide for each department. The longer-term objective was to implement a scorecard system to measure progress formally and systematically towards each strategic objective. Companies in the United States, United Kingdom, Japan, and Europe frequently use balanced scorecards to monitor their performance. The collection of data is absolutely necessary to provide quantifiable outcomes, and managers and executives are the ones who are responsible for gathering and interpreting the information. The company's employee can utilize this knowledge to improve the quality of the decisions they make for the future of their companies. The balanced scorecard is used to collect vital information, including as objectives, measurement, initiatives, and goals that come from those 4 core business operations. Accountants may readily identify variables that impede business performance and propose planned adjustments that will be tracked by future scorecard. When evaluating company objectives, the scorecard can provide information about the company. ACCT1028 Green Roofing intended to implement monthly report and meetings employing a format similar to that of board meetings, where the key matrix and major initiatives that drives the strategy map's objective and outcomes will be emphasized. Make sure that the organization does not stray away from its visions when it is conducting its monthly meetings and making decisions, as these visions are considered to be a part of the organization's strategies and analysis. These activities eventually come to work together to contribute an organization's ongoing process of development and improvement.
Finally, this article analyzes the problem described in the case study and proposes cooperating suggestions and ideas as a strategic content and FP organizations which wants to realize the vision of the organization, become a leader in the promotion of the sustainability is to solve the following 3 issues. The NFP organizations need to promote the importance of the environment to sustainability by holding community events such as seminar and dinners to promote the awareness of the green roofing program. However, the organizations must understand the preferences and the needs of the customers and portion customers to set price and improve quality to establish the correct program. Moreover, the organization also needs to develop new technologies to reduce cost and increase the profits in order to achieve the financial self-sufficiently. These 3 issues used to complete 3 main themes that strategy maps focus on. The first one is to recommend relationship between the not-for-profit organization and the relevancy of the strategic framework to achieve the organization vision. The second one is to use the balance scorecard as performance measurement and management tool to achieve its goal. Also, they need to focus on the importance of the sustainability for every organization. I think community is also included. Thanks for your listening.